3 words for a groovy 70s El Camino? How about far out, solid, and right on? In 1976, Americans had red, white, and blue fever as they celebrated the 200th birthday of the United States of America. The spirit of '76 was everywhere, including Revolutionary War reenactments, trippy videos, redesigned news sets, and red, white, and blue themed products, including milkshakes.
America, what do you love best?
Baseball, hot dogs, apple pie, and Chevrolet.
Chevrolet was right in the thick of the fun with all-American advertising.
They go together in the girl USA. Baseball and hot dogs, apple pie, and Chevrolet.
Makes sense to me.
Today, we're taking a look at this 1976 Chevrolet El Camino Classic we recently upgraded at V8 Speed and Resto. Now, normally we wouldn't get all wound up about a malaise 70s mellow mobile, but we had fun modifying this El Camino. And now, it's like a whole new car, or truck. When a great customer asked us to find a 76 El Camino, thoughts of an underpowered and overweight colonnade-style truckster came to mind. The good thing is that it wouldn't have to stay that way. Today, there are tons of great parts available to boost power and performance from cars of this often overlooked era.
I'm Tom T. Hall, and this is Chevy's new El Camino. It's twice what you might think.
As you know, the El Camino is really Chevy's first hybrid, being part car and part truck. The car half of this 76 version was basically a 2-door Malibu, and the bed in the back brought truck-like functionality.
Up front, it's a car with an efficient 6 or V8 available. It's also one tough truck with a 6.5-foot cargo box that can handle an 800-pound load.
The bed on these El Caminos is very versatile, and if you drop the gate, those taller than 6'6" can play along too.
El Camino, the most beautiful thing ever built to shoulder a load.
El Caminos were very popular before the compact pickup market took off, and I think that's a reason why they ultimately went away in the 1980s. Our customer said he always wanted one, so we accepted the challenge of locating this clean blue-collar Chevy in Arizona, so it lived a dry and rust-free life. And although it's not the SS version, which was really only badges in 1976, it is wearing a very 70s-looking two-tone Hawaii and Skyline blue color scheme with bright blue interior, and it looks nearly identical to the Elky in the brochure and the commercials. And for some reason, it also kind of reminded me of the old Star-Kissed Charlie tuna commercials.
Star-Kissed wants tunas that taste good. See?
Sorry, Charlie.
It rolled in on steel wheels with plastic basket weave wheel covers, which were actually kind of cool. But it was powered by a low compression 305, backed by a turbo 350 3-speed automatic and a highway gear 10-bolt. The base power numbers for the 305 and a 76 Camino were so lame, they didn't even publish horsepower in the brochure. But we fixed all that. The first order of business was to ditch that wheezy 305 for a 435 horsepower Chevy 383 stroker, topped with a Holley Terminator X EFI system. The Turbo 350 Trans was tossed in favor of a 4L80E overdrive 4-speed automatic, also controlled by the Terminator X. We used Hooker exhaust manifolds for a tight fit, with 2.5-inch stainless duals to shake some booty out back. But the biggest improvements in this car came in the suspension. Up front, we replaced the worn-out parts with a complete QA1 Level 2 suspension system. This gave us tubular upper and lower control arms, an upsized sway bar, and adjustable coil-over shocks for tunability. A Borgeson steering gear with a 12.7-to-1 ratio really tightened up the steering response. The rear axle was refreshed with an Eaton TrueTrack limited slip differential and 373 gears, and it's all held in place with QA1 adjustable rear arms and coilovers. Wilwood disc brakes are used at all four corners, and a set of Vision 18-inch billet Chevy rally wheels not only look right on, but also allow for bigger and better Continental boogie shoes. The stance is slightly lowered and is clean out of sight. Inside, ours came with a bench seat, but this era GM car could be had with the famous option from the day. That's right.
Swivel bucket seats. Now that's comfort.
We located a set of original swivel buckets and reupholstered them to match that dreamy blue interior. And then we added some Dakota Digital dash instruments, a retro sound radio, sub and speakers, some new blue carpet, and seat belts to finish it all off. Of course, we kept the smuggler's box behind the seat for, stuff.
Today, we can add more power than these things have ever had without affecting fuel economy and emissions. I mean, this thing runs cleaner than it ever did, gets better gas mileage than it ever did, and handles much better than it ever did, to now all of a sudden make an overlooked segment of cars become really attractive. The parts are making these cars possible.
Although we joke about the mid-70s, 1976 was really an unbelievable year for music. Some of the greatest albums of all time were released in '76, including Stevie Wonder, Songs in the Key of Life, Hotel California by the Eagles, the Ramones' first album, Boston's first album, Tom Petty's first album, Peter Frampton, Frampton Comes Alive, Steve Miller, Fly Like an Eagle, Marvin Gaye, I Want You, Bob Seger and Night Moves, Heart's Dreamboat Annie, Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap from AC/DC, Thin Lizzy's Jailbreak, and one of my all-time favorite R&B albums, Harvest for the World by the Isley Brothers. Unreal. We made a playlist on our website at v8speedshop.com/76 if you want to tune in and tune out to the best of '76. So if you're looking to have a 70s ride like this, funkified, or maybe a full custom muscle car, hot rod, whatever you want, you can hit us up at v8speedshop.com. Fill out the form to start the conversation, and we would be honored for the opportunity to make your love machine come to life. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.